quotes by Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Srila Prabhupada. Congregational chanting of holy name is the life of the soul in Kali Yuga. Congregational chanting of the holy name is life of soul in Kali Yuga. Now, kirtan means chanting loudly so others may hear, and japa is chanting for oneself. Japa is the foundation of Nama Bhajan, and kirtan is its natural expansion. And the holy name reveals himself most fully when devotees chant together in unity. So I really felt inspired today to read these quotes just to understand what is the difference between chanting and japa. Chanting is supposed to be done loudly, whereas japa is soft and it is supposed to be for your own purification. So, may I know who all have joined the call today? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Vandanat Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devidasi from Orlando, Florida. And I started the recording, Mataji. So we just wait for the speaker.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Rupini Padma Mataji. Thank you so much for joining the morning japa session today. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland and happy Ekadashi to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Geeta Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Happy Ekadashi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Happy Ekadashi to all the devotees. This is Surinder Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Surinder Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining the call today.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Amritamani Devidasi. All glories to all the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Gurudev.
Hare Krishna Amritamani Mataji. Thank you so much for joining the call and thank you so much for your ecstatic chanting. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Vivo.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Malini Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your association during early morning japa session and for your ecstatic chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Panju Sharma from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Hare Krishna to all the devotees of this call.
Hare Krishna Manju Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Anyone else would like to announce their name? I see that our speaker has joined.
Yugal Kishore Das Dandavat Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today, Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Hare everyday Harinam Bhagavatam class session. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji joining us from Detroit. Prabhu is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 11, Text 26. Prabhu, whenever you are ready, you may take over the call.
चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति शुभदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता शिवशाकन्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देव प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वंजाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दिनतारिणं। परमानन्दमाधव श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमो नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरांग प्रचारिणे विशेषणादि पाश्चात्य दिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ततस्तुर ततस्तुर षाडिषु बद्ध ततस्तुर षाडिषु बद्ध पंजरत् विनिर्गतः शाश्वरत ध्वजघ्रणी भवौ दिशक्कं पृथिवीं च रोचयन् स्वतेजसा सूर्य इव क्षपत्यये। तत ततस्तुराषाढिषु बद्धपञ्जरात् विनिर्गतः शाश्वरतध्वजघ्रणीं बभौ दिशखं पृथिवीं च रोचयन् स्वतेजसा सूर्य इव क्षपात्यये। Thereafter, Indra released himself from the cage of the network of arrows, appearing with his chariot, flag, horses, and chariot driver, and thus pleasing the sky. The earth and all directions is shown effulgently like the sun at the end of the night. Indra was bright and beautiful in the vision of everyone. There is no purport. When Indra, who is known as Vajradhar, the carrier of the thunderbolt, saw his own soldiers so oppressed by the enemies on the battlefield, he became very angry. Thus, he took up his thunderbolt to kill his enemy, to kill the enemies. Excuse me. Hare Krishna. O King Parikshit, King Indra used his thunderbolt to cut off the heads of both Bala and Paka in the presence of their relatives and followers. In this way, he created a very fearful atmosphere in the battlefield. O king, when Namuchi, another demon, saw the killing of both Bala and Paka, he was full of grief and lamentation. Thus, he angrily made a great attempt to kill Indra. Being angry and roaring like a lion, the demon Namuchi took up a steel spear, which was bound with bells and decorated with ornaments of gold. He loudly cried, "Now you are killed." Thus, coming before Indra to kill him, Namuchi released his weapon. O king, when Indra, king of heaven, saw this wonderful spear falling toward the ground like a blazing meteor, he immediately cut it to pieces with his arrows. Thus, being very angry, he struck Namuchi's shoulder with his thunderbolt to cut off Namuchi's head. 32nd verse. Although King Indra hurled his thunderbolt at Namuchi with great force, it could not even pierce his skin. It was very wonderful that the famed thunderbolt that had pierced the body of Rudrasur could not even slightly injure the skin of Namuchi's neck. 33rd verse. When Indra saw the thunderbolt returned from enemy, he was very much afraid. He began to wonder whether this had happened because of some miraculous superior power. Purport. Indra's thunderbolt is invincible. Therefore, when Indra saw that it had returned without doing any injury to Namuchi, he was certainly very much afraid. Hare Krishna. So, Bhagavatam is actually Amalam Purana. It speaks of only Krishna Prema. But sometimes we get to hear the stories like this, where demons and devatas are fighting, and being very angry at each other. Then where is the love that we always say Srimad Bhagavatam is speaking about the love of God. One devotee said, you need to be very advanced to understand how every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with love for Krishna. So we may not understand, but every verse is targeted towards Krishna Prema. So anyway, coming back to the story, end of the Samudra Manthan, the demons and devotees, when they felt cheated, the demons attacked the devatas. And Indra, he became very angry and he started fighting using his Vajra, thunderbolt. Actually, Rigveda glorifies Indra. Rigveda is filled with the verses, probably 50% of verses. Rigveda is filled with the glorification of Indra and Agni. So Indra is glorified like that as Devraj Indra. He's the king of Devatas. He sends rain to everyone. He arranges marriages. He's the king of Devatas, king of universal affairs actually. But when Indra comes to Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, then Krishna uses Indra to teach us lessons actually. So today, what is the lesson? Indra started, he was killing Bala and Paka. The demons he was killing, slaughtering literally everyone, the enemies with his thunderbolt. But suddenly Namuch came on the battlefield. And this is a wonderful story actually. Namuchi and Indra, what he did, he used thunderbolt to cut off his head. Not even this, the thunderbolt could not even cut off his skin. Wow. Indra was afraid. Why the fear comes? When somebody is listening, lecturing is the easiest thing I think in this world. Bhayandvitiya biniveshitasya esha dupetasya vipareyo smriti tanmayato buddhabijetam bhakte kaesham gurudeva tatma. When Indra saw the thunderbolt is not working, I use the same thunderbolt to kill Vrutrasura. Such a powerful personality. The thunderbolt worked to kill Vrutrasura. Why have problem killing Namuchi? And when you have the best thing with you, sometimes you have the dream. In the dream, you have a gun. And suddenly you see a tiger or lion. And when the tiger starts coming close to you, you don't have gun in your hands. Will you become scared or not? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Obviously. Because you don't have You don't have anything to defend yourself. So how does the fear come? Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshatasya ishadupadasya vipariyasmriti. When does the fear come? Dvitiya abhinivesha. I have a question for all of you. What does Bhagavad Gita tell about us? Second chapter especially. Soul and body, what is the relationship? What does Bhagavad Gita tell?
We are not this body, we are soul.
That's it. We are not the body, we are spirit soul. That is the first lesson of Gita. But when the spirit soul, which is eternal, knowledgeable, and blissful, spirit soul identifies with the temporary metal body because of avidya and of course false ego, ahankar, then we will get two gifts. One will be absorbed in bodily consciousness. Two, forgetfulness of Krishna. Ishadupedasya viparyasmriti. What will happen when we think we are this body? We become forgetful of Krishna. Two is our bodily consciousness increases. I am this body, I am this body, I am this body. Parents increase that, yeah, you are this body, you are my child, you are my son. So what will it trigger? Fear it will trigger. During Corona time, if somebody would come and cough on your face, "Ooh, don't go away from here." Fear. Bhaktacharya Swami said, Corona all over the world doesn't even weigh 10 grams. But Corona has created havoc. Corona has created destruction all over the world. That is how the Maya works. You're all listening, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when we forget Krishna, we want to enjoy independent of Krishna, then what happens? We become absorbed in bodily consciousness. Two, we forget Krishna. But there is a solution in Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Let us see, how many of us have fear? I am raising my hand.
We do.
So, what is the root cause of fear? Actually, I want to give an examples before you go forward. One day, I went every month I go to New York. So likewise, I'm going this year only. Maybe March, April. I was going to New York. Then what happened? So I checked in and I fell asleep. Suddenly, flight started running on the runway. I woke up. Oh, my schedule is tight today. Once I land, I should finish my rounds, I thought. As I was chanting, ladies and gentlemen, you can't believe what happened. I'm unmuting to show my hands. Video. This flight flew like this. It was blown away in the midair. ऐसा उड़ गया. The pilot lost control. Then the pilot lost control, and then after some time this flight nosedived like this. Everyone got up, and there's so much of sadness. Ooh, 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 ooh. I thought nobody would believe whatever I would say. But one guy put this video in the Instagram on time that day. I was not scared, but I was sad. I was chanting, but I know my days are numbered. My days are left only few hours. I was chanting though. So that point of time, everything becomes irrelevant. How many of you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, everything.
What else? Who else? That point of time, anything is relevant. Oh, someone has to pay me $10,000. Will you remember that? Or I should put my children into the med school, or MIT, or Duke University, like that. Do you think?
No.
No, none of that matters.
Okay, great. I'm asking others.
Yes, Prabhu, none of that matters.
Hmm?
None of that matters, Prabhu, like that moment.
So,
Just remember Krishna.
just remember, Krishna. Actually, honestly speaking, we are not going through that situation right now. That's why we are speaking like this. We are really, really in that situation. You'll be ready. Maybe whichever part will be crushed into the bones may be crushed.
Mm.
Luckily, driver stabilized it and we landed 1 hour late. The point is the fear. Maharaj Muchkunda prayers Krishna to Krishna, it says, my Lord, you are apramatnam. You are always active. Like a hungry snake licking its fangs before a mouse. So those people who are actually enjoying this metal world, one day will strike them. So the point is, fear comes because of the bodily identification. And because of when we identify with the body, temporary metal body, Yeshadupedasya Pariyasmriti, then we forget Krishna. Then we are illusioned with Maya. We try to acquire positions. We try to acquire possessions. Uh, and we find happiness, sensual pleasures, not knowing that time is ticking. But you can become free from this bodily consciousness. Bhakti ke yesham Guru Devatatma. Can surrender yourself to Guru and Krishna, and you can become free from the fear, become free from the bodily consciousness. So Indra became afraid. Indra became afraid. Bodily consciousness. Prabhupada went to Russia. Professor Katowski. It's like a very intellectual professor. Prabhupada said, you are not this body. You are a spirit soul. No, Swamiji, I am this body. I am Russian. Prabhupada thought, a professor of Russia is telling I am this body, what to speak of the rest of the country. Anybody who thinks, he or she is a body, this body, he is an animal. Prabhupada writes. What is animal? Prabhupada calls it civilization, soul-killing civilization. I've seen this. You might have seen this too. On Sunday, there is a lot of demand for meat. A butcher brings the mother goat, father goat, baby goats. And you know what happens? He'll throw the grass to them. And they're peacefully eating the grass, as though they were born into this world only to eat the grass. But as the grass eating is going on, he'll pick up one goat. You're not listening, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the goat, father goat, mother goat, baby goats. And what he'll do, he'll take the big goat and he'll cut off its head. Other goats, they don't even resist. He'll take the skin out and he'll hang it to sell. Because Sunday, so many people want meat. He will put all the goats and sheep to eat the grass. They are very coolly eating, as though the death is for that elderly goat. They'll be very coolly eating the grass. Hare Krishna. What is this civilization called? Soul killing civilization. Metal energy is so powerful. If you understand this, you'll become serious. No meat eating, no, including onion, garlic, no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating. We have to strictly follow. You know? Strictly means strictly. Then on the top of it, sadhana. Bhakti ka esham guru devatatma. If we serve Guru and Krishna, then we can become free from this Maya. Then we become free from this Maya, we become free from that illusion also. Dhruva Maharaj went to, Krishna says in Gita, I am the ability of a man. Arjun was there, Krishna was there with Arjun. Arjun fought this war, Kurukshetra war, like anything. Defeated all the Atiritis, Maharathis. Kunti says this. Oh Krishna, without your pleasure, we would not, our sons would not have conquered anything. Isn't it right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, but same Arjun, when Krishna left the world, Krishna gave him service. But his Gandiva did not even work. He forgot the mantras. Same thing. Arjun was defeated by Mayurdhwaj's son, Tamradhwaj. And Arjuna was shocked. I have defeated so many Atirtha Maharathis in Mahabharata world war, but this small boy has defeated me. Who's that? The moral is Adapam Videshreshta Varnasana Vivaya Swasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Whoever you are, whatever you are, if goal of life is to please Krishna. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So to become free from fear, actually in one more example, Dhruva Maharaj, throughout his life, he ruled the kingdom for 36,000 years. And back end of the life, he went to Badrika Ashram to pass his life, rest of the life in Krishna service. When he went there, he realized, this is all Maya. All the relationships are made up of metal energy. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. He realized it. So when during Mahabharata, Arjun defeated all these great Advaita Maharajas, but when Krishna was not there, Arjun even forgot the mantras. I forgot even how to use how to use his Gandiva. Sometimes people they put so much faith on the intelligence. So much faith on the mind and brain and body. Sir, body is temporary. I'll tell you how one big realization came, I tell you. How many of you want to hear? You know?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
One time, when our temple was open, somebody donated us pure silver bowls. So we were using it to offer it to the lordships, Shri Radha Gopjanal and Nitya Gauri. We used it like 4 years, 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years. And after 6 years, one head pujari came to me and said, "Can you see these cups? They're leaking." Really? Show me. And I looked like this. Some cups were leaking, they had holes in it. That's the first time I cautioned myself. Hey, your intestine is not made up of silver. Silver, after being used for 6 years, it has holes and leaking. How can you consider your body as eternal? How can you consider your body eternal? You're listening, right? So the point is, Krishna is anything good happens, Krishna's grace. Anything good happens, Krishna's grace. Actually, anything bad happens is also Krishna's grace. Prabhupada, you see, is a liberated personality. He came to America when he was 70-year-old. Came to America with 40 rupees. He came to America with 40 rupees. Wow. Then he brought Bhagavatams. Nobody understands Indian. He's Indian accented, Bengali accented English. Confidence. Sannyasi. So one day Lord Chaitanya decided, Prabhupada, the dedication and determination is great, unparalleled, matchless. No? So what is the story I want to tell? I started but forgot.
Prabhu Dhruva Maharaj. You were talking about Dhruva
Dhruva
Maharaj.
Maharaj already told. Dhruva Maharaj, when he went to the Badrikashram, he realized everything is metal. So anyway, what is that? Srila Prabhupada came to America fearless. Wow, what a self-realized personality he was. Full faith in Krishna. That's why he was fearless. Fear impels us to lie. Fear impels us to fear, the way bad bacteria eats good bacteria. Fear eats our courage. We imagine a lot. Fear means we are bodily consciousness. No? To overcome fear, first you decide to change. No? Second thing, have goals and work on them slowly. Not big goals, small goals. And understand fear is actually a symptom of the mind. And you're not the mind, fight back. Some people have fear for the heights. Some people have fear for water. Phobias. Phobia, eventually it was actually one time war. One time it was, what is that? One time it was something, now it is something else. So anyway, what is that? Hmm. People have phobia for water, for heights, so many things. It starts with fear. As you cultivate that, it'll become a phobia. Actually, I know some people who cannot get into the flights. Fear. What is the root cause of fear? Bodily identification. What is the root cause of fear? Tamguna. Mind has completely controlled us. No? How to overcome fear? Change what you can change. Accept what you can't change. Streamline your thoughts. You're not the mind. You're not the thoughts. And always think positive thoughts. Try to consciously cultivate positive thoughts. Or if you have a lot of fear, stay together. I mean, don't be alone. Be with people. Any question or comment, otherwise we'll end it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for explaining what fear is and what causes and what are the solutions. So, and few points takeaways for me were change what you can change and then just accept fear and work on goals and understand that it's a when we think we are body, it's a material consciousness, bodily consciousness that triggers fear. And we should cultivate positive thoughts. I'm going to open the floor for others to ask questions and I'll wait, Prabhu. When everyone is done, then I'll pull my questions in. Thank you so much. Anybody has any questions, please go ahead and ask Prabhuji or comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Glory Shri Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, yeah, I just want to know, the moment you mentioned at the very critical moment, basically the flight example, what you give. So that moment, what was the thought at the climax you had, just if you could uh, give your realizations to us at that moment so we can get something from you. Hare Krishna.
I was not scared, but I was sad.
Okay. Yeah,
I have not done much. I could have done much. My life is ending abruptly. Now my body will be hit against some rock or something and it will be their explosion. So I was very sad. There was initially some fear, but because I had beats, I could, I was chanting intensely, I could overcome that. Then sadness took over. So sadness took over but I was chanting. It's sadness.
Yeah. Yes. So chanting has to be, at least our mind has to be concentrated on Krishna at the end.
Honestly speaking, somehow should shift from Nishta to Ruchi. Should develop Nishta. Means no matter what I'll chant my rounds.
Yes.
It's intensely, not like tu. Sincerely I'll chant. Because Krishna, one day I want to really do a seminar actually, Why do we need Krishna's mercy? Probably for anything to happen, Krishna's mercy is needed. To become fearless is Krishna's mercy. To become stable and fearless is Krishna's mercy. To accept anything that's difficult to accept is we need Krishna's mercy. We need Krishna's mercy. Krishna consciousness is not acquired. It is awarded by Krishna. That's what I can tell.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. So, Nishtha, one has to have a Nishtha, and upon the holy name, which has to immediately come to our thoughts, whether we are fearful, whether we are sad, or whether we are distressed or confused or in tension or anxiety that time during these such moments. I remember Mahavishnu Maharaj when he visited New Vrindavan long time back. And I used to go along with their team for preaching in the town. Like they used to, you must be knowing like how Maharaj takes his speaker and go along the road and keep chanting everywhere. Like, and he will make others to chant also. So, but when we were traveling from New Vrindavan to Pittsburgh downtown, that time, the Maharaj has another devotees like those are still, I think, they are accompanying them, Maharaj, while during this kirtan, sankirtan moments. But when we were in the car, and sometimes there is a bump on the road, so the driver is to, or maybe I was driving, I don't remember, but when there is a bump, we will apply a brake. I will hear a word, Krishna, Krishna. you know, then first one, two times it happened, and third time I just checked back, and I asked, Prabhu, are you all okay? Then immediately someone from their team, explained, you don't worry, every time the word nishtha, what you mentioned, I'm just trying to correlate that with that incidents, which I remembered immediately. Yeah. So anything, if we have on our tip, maybe that is the message what we got from you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Anyone has any questions or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for the wonderful class. And this fear thing is also very, very, like always there in our heart. So I often hear that Maya, when we are alone, Maya attacks us more. Maya Devi attacks us more than we are in a group of association or with people. So why does Maya Devi do this?
That is her duty. Her duty is to distract us. So in Mayapur, there is a place called Simantadvipa. So there you see Prodamaya and Vruddha Shiva. Parthidev comes and takes shelter of Gaurang Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My Lord, I do a thankless task. I take your devotees away from you. I also need your mercy. So, Lord, but I need your mercy. Lord Chaitanya said, all right. So the point is, what is that? The point is, what is it? Sadhana. We should become free. But Maya's duty is to, this is what I'm telling. Prodama with this. She says, my Lord, I am taking your devotees away from you. I need your mercy. And Lord Chaitanya gave mercy to her. Simanta means part, lady's part, So she took the dust from the God Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's foot, feet, and put it in her part. And accepted Lord Chaitanya's grace. So the person who accepts Mama Maya Durattiya, there is no other way. Krishna is telling this is my Maya. Very difficult to overcome. Mamaya prapatyante, Maya metantarate. If you are surrendered to me, it's very easy to overcome the Maya. So we should try to please Krishna. We should keep on trying to please Krishna. Should keep on trying to please Krishna. Then it will work.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And also stay in association, because then,
You said one more thing. I'm sorry. When you're alone,
yes,
you're weak. But when you stay in the association, so when you see like-minded devotees, then you get inner strength. Tandera charana sevi bhakta sanevas janama janama se yehi abhilash. Narottam Thakur says, to practice bhakti, you stay in the association of devotees. Now, two things, Vaishnava Seva and Namruchi. You'll go back to Godhead. Only two things. Actually, no. One time I saw this plague in Gauranga Prabhu's room. Bhakti Daita Maharaj, Prabhupada Godbrother. You have to serve, you have to choose between Krishna, service between Krishna or his devotees. He said, Maharaj, this Maharaj says, Prabhupada Godbrother, I choose to serve devotee, Vaishnava Seva. And in that service, if I become indebted, I have no problem to come back and take birth again. Wow. Vaishnava Seva. For example, we come and tell you, Mataji, you're great. You say you don't care. But Mataji, your children, your daughters, your children are great. Son is great, daughter is great, something like that. Mother, parents are so happy. Likewise, you go and tell Krishna, Krishna, you're great. Krishna doesn't care. Krishna says, okay, thank you. But you say, Krishna, your devotees are great. Krishna says, oh, thank you. So likewise, Vaishnava Seva. Stay in the association of devotees. Then, they're all like-minded. They all want to progress. They want to go back to Godhead. They're doing sadhana. Sincerely, they're trying to become free from Maya. Okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone has anything to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Geeta. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. My question is, Prabhuji, so are you saying that higher than Krishna service is Vaishnav service?
Yes. Mad Bhakta Puja Bhyadika. This verse is told by Krishna only. Krishna says, the person who says he is my devotee is not my devotee. A person who says he is my devotee's devotee is my devotee. Lord Shiva tells Parvati in Padma Puran, Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Partaram Devi Tadiyanam Samacharam. Oh Parvati, of all the worships, worship of Vishnu is ultimate. But higher than the worship of Vishnu is, Krishna is his paraphernalia, means devotees. So in Krishna, on one hand, Krishna is telling Madhbhakta Puja Bhyadika. Another place, Shiva is telling worshipping Krishna, Tadiya basically. Tadiya means Krishna's paraphernalia, which includes devotees. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very, very enlightening. Thank you very much. And I have another question, Prabhuji. So, it like they say, the real joy is in serving the Lord, and bhakti and stuff like that. So, Prabhuji, there is a time gap between when one is attaching oneself to the Lord and getting detached from Maya, right? Is there a period when one gets very disillusioned and you know not very joyful in this world because we lived in this mesmerizing world of Maya, and then we realize it is nothing and there is nothing, it's all shunya shunya, and then so that joy is missing. Is it something usually people go through? Would you know that? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, it is because they are not Krishna conscious. There is some, actually, I agree. Krishna is telling Dukkhale Masashvata, no doubt. But Prabhupada said chant and be happy. Prabhupada never said chant and be miserable. When somebody says, it's whatever you said, it's possible, I agree. The loneliness is a pandemic now. People are lonely. People are lonely and our people are sometimes depressed. Many people in this world are depressed, frustrated. Maybe people are scared. So it's all because they're not Krishna conscious. These are all the signs that they're in bodily consciousness. But when you understand, you see Prabhupada, 70-year-old man. Why should Prabhupada come to America? That too at the fag end of his old age. And Sumati Maharaj is telling, Swamiji, you stay in Vrindavan and write books, I'll sponsor that. Prabhupada said, no, I want to go to America. Wow. What will Prabhupada get by going to America? I have to please my guru. Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. So, one thing is there in this material world which is not there in the spiritual world is preaching. You want to make whole world happy by bringing them to Krishna consciousness. So the person who is depressed means I, me, mine, you know. I am sad, I am sad. It's all about I only. There are so many people who do not have food to eat. There are so many people, who do not have homes to stay. There are so many people lonely in this world. There are so many people, who are, what is that, who don't have minimums. And more than anything, so many people who are not Krishna conscious. And why don't we why don't we attempt to make somebody's life better? Just go outside and say, how are you today? How is life? Even if you're miserable when by smiling at others. Bhakti Swami says, when you smile at others, they smile at you. You make their life better for a few moments. Haribol. When you make my life better, Krishna will make your life better. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Though I'm not talking about extreme cases of depression and all that, my question is a normal journey of a devotee when they start Krishna Prema. I mean, on this, getting the mantra and, starting their journey as a devotee and then going deeper into it. In the initial stages, there is a bit of a, disillusionment because you've been believing in this Maya Jal all the time, till you get attached to Krishna, really. So there is, I'm asking you, Prabhuji, that is it a common thing amongst all devotees, or is, because there is a time gap between you, for a person to get attached to Krishna, right? It doesn't happen right away.
I agree with you. Until such time, hold on to devotees. So Krishna, exactly. It takes time for Krishna to respond. Krishna doesn't wait 40 years to respond to you. Based on your sincerity, Krishna will start definitely responding. Your present in this call is a standing testimony that Krishna has given you some faith to attend this call. So, but anyway, until we have the Krishna's revelation, we should hold on to devotees. What is that? Machita madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamaddecha. So I came to India, I went to GV, over the next day, nobody knows me much. But how long will I sit in the room, because I'm sick? And what I did, I started distributing books. So many people. Then I started serving prasad. Then I'm feeling good, very nice. So the point is, one day one Mataji came to me and said, I don't have any friends. That's your problem. Why? How? Just go. Somebody sings. Just go to tell me that Mataji, you sang very well. And somebody, you go to cook and say you made a nice prasad. Prabhu, you gave a nice class. Next time, when they sing, they look for you for the appreciation. A cook looks for you for the appreciation. So when you make others smile, they will make you smile. Or Krishna will make you smile. Actually, Saint Francis' famous quotation is there. In giving, we receive. You receive when you give. How? Actually, if you give charity, you're losing something, but you're giving a lot. In giving, we receive. So when you give, if you find happiness in giving good words, giving some prasad, giving some money to the temple and devotees, needy, those who need, or giving good advice when they're in troubles, sharing their troubles, giving them your shoulder to shoulder so that they can cry. You will be happy, blissful. What do you think?
Thank you, Prabhuji. That makes very helpful. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhu, you said that fear implies us to lie and it eats our courage, right? But sometimes fear is can also have positive results, right? Like growing up, my father always told us that we should never eat food that is not offered to Krishna. Even if I'm not around, Krishna is like, he believed in Ganesha, so he would say, Ganesha is watching everything. So whenever, like, if we went out and friends would eat pani puri and samosa, I would not eat because I would have that fear. Oh, Ganesha is watching me. If I eat, it's of not eating non-offered food is just an example. So sometimes that fear instills good values in you and makes you think further, deeper, and takes you to the roots. So some fears can, is that right, Prabhu, to think that some fears could be healthy fears, or that
Honestly
is wrong?
speaking, no, you're right. Honestly speaking, fear is a defensive mechanism built in by Maya, by Prakriti into our bodies. If fear is not there, what you will do? Train is coming on the train track and you'll stand. What will happen? What if I stand on the train track? The buses are running and playing on the road with 100 mile speed. What will happen if I stand on the road? Nobody would stand. Why? The fear is there. Fear factor is there. You know? So you will not walk on the parapet wall on 10th floor because you have fear of falling. So actually fear is a defensive mechanism built in by Prakriti nature into us so that we are careful. Amma, we read because exams we don't want to fail. You know? Uh, when you're going to speak in the temple, you prepare because you don't want to be, what do you call it? You don't want anyone to laugh at you and belittle you. That'll cause a hit to your reputation. Your reputation will be affected. So with that fear, you will prepare. You're understanding? You know.
Yes, Prabhu.
So it's honestly speaking, when it is too much, then it'll make us it'll make us undone actually. Yeah. For example, what is the nature? If fear is not there, nobody will open the books. Tomorrow I'll read. Tomorrow I'll read. Tomorrow I'll read. Final exam is tomorrow. Then fear starts. But a person who has healthy fear, he'll start reading from January for the win because months exams are 4 months. You know. So another thing, fear of unknown. You know, who will run in the darkness? No. Everyone is scared of death because nobody knows what it is. But if you know, so because we have fear, we'll try to learn about it and try to overcome that. So there are positives, definitely. But what I'm talking about is fear that will make you undone. Okay.
And one more point, Prabhu. Uh, like we carry certain impressions in our subtle body, and when we go from one body to another, these impressions are carried forward. Fear could be one of those, Prabhu, because sometimes we see children who are born with intense fear, like water phobia. Not that they have been through any traumatic experience, but they carry that fear, and then eventually they come over it. So this can be carried from body to like
Yes.
next. Okay, thank you.
Ian Stevenson, famous psychiatrist, from University of Virginia. If somebody died because of drowning, next lifetime they will have water phobia. Somebody is killed by firearms, next lifetime they'll have problem. They're scared of firearms. They have phobia for firearms. Somebody had a better experience in the previous life with knives and blades. Next lifetime, they'll develop phobia for these things. Yes, karma is carried from one life to another lifetime. Fear of the others is actually integral part of karma too. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Any other question or comment?
Sorry to ask you another question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
A very quick one. Is it true that in Kali Yuga, like now we have, especially in India and other countries also, I'm sure that we have the population is increasing, uh, so fast that so the where are these souls coming from, Prabhuji? I mean, if we are believing in life after death, so I mean, there's an number of souls on the planet is increasing, right? So where are they coming from? I mean, how is this happening?
Nice question, Amma. Thank you. Whenever we do the session, who am I? Without this question, the who am I session doesn't end. First of all, they soul sarvagatasthana achaloyam sanatana, something like that. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita. There are souls everywhere. First of all, how many souls are there? Unlimited. If you put zeros and zero and one with next to so many zeros, it'll go around the earth also. That many souls are there. So coming back to the earth population, usually when you get human life, your human life is meant for going back to Godhead. But the problem is today people are not going back to Godhead. So they're coming back again and again and taking human form because of little pious activities they have done. So they're just taking human form. And at the same time, there are living entities coming from other planet systems. And there are living entities in this planet systems who are naturally evolving to get human life. All put together, the population appears to be increasing. Understand? You
So
understand?
yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So what you're saying is that maybe some of them were less. They were not humans, but they have evolved to be humans in this, at this point in time. So that's how it's increasing, and from other planets and other realms. Is that right?
That's what I'm telling. Actually, if you go to a lake, any small, tiny lake, Amma, you'll see at least 100 crore organisms there. 100 crore. The rats in Mumbai alone are so many number. So naturally, according to Bhagavatam, third canto, so, second canto, there is an evolution. So you will evolve. जलजानवलक्षाणि पद्मपुराण जलजानवलक्षाणि स्थावरलक्ष्यं सिद्धि क्रमयोरुद्रसंख्यायां पक्षिणां दशलक्ष त्रिंसा लक्षाणि पशो चतुर्लक्षाणि मानव. So they are evolving. So what is that Rishabdev says? You automatically attain human life one day. But once you attain human life, you should attempt to go back to Godhead. In the previous ages, people would do that and they would go back to Godhead. But then here now, nobody has an information, Kali Yuga. And people are not aiming. So there's a stagnation. At the same time, the souls are evolving to get in human life. Other planets also, some souls evolved and they're coming to this earth. All put together, you see the increase in the population.
So what
Okay.
you're saying, Prabhuji, the opportunity to go back to Godhead is higher right now when there are so many people, so many human beings on the planet, right? The opportunity is there, whether it is made use of or not, right?
Opportunity for every human life is there. More so when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. That's why he has given Sankirtan movement. And he wanted everyone of us to get out and go back to Godhead. But people don't use it. What can he do? Like sun comes out and you close the doors and all the doors in your home and says there is no sun. That is not the problem of the sun. That is our problem actually. So Ajamil chanted Narayan, Narayan, Narayan and he was liberated. Later he went to Haridwar 13 years and he perfected his life and he got Krishna Prema and went back to Godhead. That's the goal of life. Today you see anybody, the rich or not rich, educated, not educated, only one thing. how to enjoy until the last minute of life. Or maybe for Indians, for spiritual insurance, once in a while go to temple, become a Janmashtami donor, so chant one round once a year. That's okay to begin with. But it'll take very long time. What do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we will end it here. Thank you very much. And Vancha Kaltara Sukha Sandhi Bech Patana Pano Vishnu Vyatma. Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Vishnu Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thank you, everyone.
His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji ki jai,
Jai.
and all the assembled devotees ki jai.
Jai.
Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for your wonderful association.
Hare
No,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you for a
Hare
wonderful
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
class.
Hare Krishna.